Jimmy Johnson, the points leader in 14th spot. And while you look at that, we might mention that the 28 car, Travis Quapple, had to come back on pit road. They rolled a tire violation there. The 55 had a commitment cone violation, Michael Waltrip. And the 44 car, David Rudiman's been on and off the racetrack. They have gotten that car repaired after cutting a tire, and he is back on the racetrack. Jamie McMurray just turning the head to the garage area as we go back to green. Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming on, took on only 2 right side tires, as did the 15 car, Paul Menard, and they sit 1-2.
Then we see the RCR cars right behind that, Jeff Burton and Kevin Harvick, Juan Pablo Montoya. Things will be a little bit calmer here for a few laps.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, do you guys just say, okay, there's the big one. Now let's just chill out here a little bit. And it seems like it is getting a little bit calmer now.
Is there a rule that there can only be one big one per Talladega race?
No, trust me. No, we see this right now, and they're a little bit spread out. They'll get back to it hot and heavy here shortly. I've thought that before, that, hey, we've taken some out. Now that everything can calm down and we can race to the end. But it won't be like that for long.
Field coming down. Kurt Busch back in the race, by the way. The 2 car had gone to the garage area with some sort of an engine problem. You heard it sputtering, would run. He has been able to pull back on the racetrack.
So Kevin Harvick on the high side there getting past. Montoya had a nice push from Denny Hamlin. You see him try to go up, and they're going to...
Here we go.
Make some more headway.
Oh, yeah. Getting racy again here.
Promise you.
13th on back to about 19th spot there. You see Jimmy Johnson in the middle groove. Tony Stewart beneath him. Back up front. Change up front for the lead. Juan Pablo Montoya, who finished second in that car back in April, now takes the lead away.
Looks like nobody's able to stay up front. Once they get the lead, it's like they're a sitting duck. Dave?
Pablo Montoya has been very happy with his race car today, as he now will not stay up front, just like Andy said. But the car is very good, and the driver said before this last red flag incident, just need to take care of it. Well, he has been taking care of it, and they got lucky on that last incident. They were running on the low line right with Kevin Harvick, and that saved them that time. Mike?
And you just saw Denny Hamlin step out of line and make the big pass. Well, that may be in a product. Oh, trouble on the racetrack. Montoya gets shuffled below the yellow line.
Just come on up and
will blend back in
You're
without
fine.
incident. But that was
Make sure
pretty
you give
close,
it back.
Doc.
There you go, dude.
Wow, how good was that?
What a move, man. That was incredible.
That's the way it's supposed to work, and it's a good thing that happened right there where there is a lot of room on the backstretch. That's the way things are supposed to happen, as he was forced down and then was able to get back in line. So no penalties, I don't think, forthcoming.
Safe to say he didn't crack the throttle because he's still running third.
Yeah, that could have been the big one, too.
Definitely could have been the big one for Montoya. If you watch this right here.
You see, he was going down to try to make a move and then gets forced down by David Reagan.
Now, what he needs to be concerned about would be maybe some contact on that right front. We already saw the right front tire blow on Vickers.
He didn't lose a spot.
He did not lose a spot in that whole exchange.
How about that? He headed toward Aniston and came back and kept his position.
Junior
Here comes Stewart. Stewart here.
Who's that we see getting ready to take the lead right there?
Is that Jimmy Johnson?
Wasn't he a lap down earlier? Couldn't hang on to
and
the
he
draft.
said it wouldn't run?
Look at this mess here. 3 wide. Kyle Busch back in the middle of that. Denny Hamlin. Look at the waving there. The signals inside the car.
Well, you see, there's Denny Hamlin. He was the leader just a lap ago, and now he's back in the pack. Nobody can stay up front.
Let's listen to Juan Pablo Montoya's radio.
Got ahead. Warren, I was there. Tell NASCAR, I was a freaking idiot. Could have got a huge wreck. What a moron. The sick on you? Look at his rear fender. Look at his rear fender, the quarter panel. I'm there. 10-4, you're fine. You're fine.
Obviously, Juan Pablo, and rightfully upset. It could have been a big one, as he said. And about the first time the 48 car will lead a lap today. If you just joined our coverage, he was a lap down on lap 25.
Yeah, we heard that radio exchange, and here's what he's talking about. He had a nice run there, and David Reagan moved down. Really surprised that David Reagan didn't get a penalty there for forcing him down there at that point in time. A little dangerous move, and a lot of times you can't understand everything Juan Pablo can say, but I think we all got the message there.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. back up front, trying to go to the outside of his teammate, Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, he was going to jump down there in front of Jimmy Johnson, but he didn't quite have enough room to make that happen.
6 car on the bottom line. There's Jimmy Johnson, the middle line. Now he will pull up in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. That is Mike Wallace.
We're seeing more contact in this race than we see at Martinsville. I'm still concerned about the 42 car's right front fender because he did get pretty good contact on that thing, and it is bent in some. If you look right around the top side there, it's bent some.
Yeah,
on my tire.
You can see a push here. Mike Wallace got up there for just a second, but he got shuffled to the middle. Dave?
And guys, when I talked to Chad Canals this morning, crew chief on that 48 car, he told me it handled great in the pack. The car was awesome in his words, and they made gains since they got here. You know, sometimes you get here, you have what you have, you can't improve the car, but Chad said we picked up some, and if they could just figure out if that motor issue is a real issue or not, 48 might have something for him.
And look at the 33 car on his own. That's the R&D engine we talked about from Richard Chodas Racing. He told me it's what they're looking at for 2009. And DJ, before the race began, you looked over at us and said that 33 car could be the big sleeper today.
Yeah, Mike Wallace does a great job at these races. All you got to do is give him half a car, and he's got a really good race car here. And looks like he wants to be up front. And looks like that car is very capable of that, too.
What did Chad Canal say? Hope we can just hang on and get a top 10?
Yeah.
Check this out.
You crew chiefs are all the same.
You can see Junior just glued to his bumper, pushing him out there.
And this is teamwork, really working good. You see, even in the corner, they're not really bump drafting, but they're touching. Right here, they're in the corner. You see the touch there. Here comes Train, though.
Wow, look at Montoya.
Tony had a nice rip about Jimmyson was able to get the help to the front first time today. Jamie?
Yeah, pretty darn work. Was wrecked on Friday in that for team. Gradelli did a job with the team fixing this car. This car allowed them to stay 2.5 hours longer than they were supposed to get this car fixed. They had a new splitter up. He's gone from the back. Now he's leading first time, guys.
Make it officially 34 lead change, 22 drivers, and we're still 14 laps away from halfway.
Yeah, the last lap by, Jimmy Johnson and Dale Jr. were first and second. That time by, they were 11th and 13th. So, happens in a hurry.
We got another tire. Somebody else has lost his tire. I don't know. Can't tell from this shot who it was.
Looks like Mike Wallace.
Yep, the right rear on the 33.
And that will bring out caution for the 5th time today. Caution waving here to slow him down. Debris all over the racetrack from that tire that came off the 33.
Assess the damage. 2 right sides.
They do have quite a bit of damage. You can see part of that tire laying there, but they do have these tires, as you've documented before, Andy, these tires blow out. They really create some damage.
All the damage you see on the car was from the tire blowing out. Wow. Right in front of these guys, too. Look at this. What a good job Mike Wallace does not to wreck and then take a lot of these guys out.
Yeah.
He doesn't even really get sideways. It just blows out and he just keeps going.
There's even more damage. You can see all of those aluminum panels and things coming out, so that's probably going to create as much problem for them as anything else.
See David Reagan going down to avoid the debris.